Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to source for deep dives into South Africa's most pressing political, legal, and social stories. Today's episode explores a controversy that has sent shockwaves through the Eastern Cape, sparked debates about political accountability, media ethics, and personal dignity, and raised serious questions about how allegations are weaponized in the court of public opinion. We're talking about the explosive legal complaint laid by Jaco Pieterse, the principal of Bergview College, who has filed a Crimen Injuria case against three high-profile public figures, EFF leader Julius Malema, ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula, and Eastern Cape Education MEC Fundile Gade. This story has all the elements of a political thriller, a respected school leader accused of an unthinkable crime, politicians making bold public declarations, and a community caught in the crossfire of outrage, confusion, and fear. So make sure you watch until the end as we break this down, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments section. Now, let's unpack what happened. Jaco Pieterse, who has headed Bergview College in the Eastern Cape for years, says his world was turned upside down when these political heavyweights publicly accused him of sexually assaulting a 7-year-old pupil. The accusations, according to Pieterse, were not only false but made without any investigation, evidence, or formal complaint laid with law enforcement or the school. Standing outside the Grahamstown police station during a recent press briefing, Pieterse cut a somber but resolute figure. He revealed that he had been targeted by what he called a politically motivated smear campaign, designed, in his words, to stir public outrage and destroy his professional and personal life. Let's pause here to reflect on the gravity of these claims. According to the police documents submitted, there was no record of any prior complaint or investigation into the alleged incident before the political leaders took to their respective platforms to accuse Pieterse. No report was made to SAPS. No complaint was registered at the school. Nothing, until, suddenly, a media storm exploded. The result? Pieterse and his family have reportedly faced threats of violence. Protesters have shown up at the school. Community members, outraged by the accusations, have demanded justice, despite no legal process confirming whether any misconduct actually occurred. For those unfamiliar with South African law, Crimen Injuria is a serious charge. It refers to the unlawful, intentional, and significant violation of someone's dignity or privacy. It's not just about being offended, it's about enduring a reputational wound that cuts deep, often with long-term consequences. If Malema, Mbalula, and Gade are found guilty, they could face fines, criminal records, or even jail time. But here's where things get even more contentious. The EFF, ANC, and the Eastern Cape Department of Education have, so far, remained silent on the legal complaint. No official statement. No apology. No retraction. Nothing. Although, according to a source within the Provincial Education Department, MEC Gade has apparently sought legal advice and is preparing to push back, possibly with a formal response of his own. Now let's talk politics. Because this isn't just a case about reputational harm, it's also about how politicians use highly sensitive social issues to gain traction, provoke emotion, and influence public sentiment. Malema and Mbalula are no strangers to media attention. Both men are firebrands in their own right. Their political capital is built, in part, on confronting institutions and exposing injustice. But what happens when that instinct for confrontation spills into recklessness? What happens when political power is used to make accusations in public that haven't been verified by the legal system? In a country still healing from deep wounds of systemic abuse, racial inequality, and gender-based violence, public accusations carry enormous weight, particularly when they involve children. But with great influence comes great responsibility. And critics are asking, where was the due process? The online reaction has been fierce and divided. Some South Africans have stood firmly behind Pieterse, calling the accusations a political hit job aimed at destabilizing the school and inflaming racial tensions. Others, however, argue that even if the complaint hadn't been lodged formally, public leaders have a duty to voice concerns about alleged abuse, especially in environments meant to protect children. Still, many legal and academic commentators have warned that public accusations, when made irresponsibly, risk turning the justice system into a sideshow. They argue that social media outrage is no substitute for a proper investigation, and that reputational harm can be undone by a belated retraction months later. We've seen this before. In the digital age, a single accusation can spark mass hysteria. Careers are ruined. Families are torn apart. And even if someone is later cleared, the court of public opinion never really forgets. So what do we make of all this? On the one hand, we need to take every allegation of abuse seriously. South Africa's history of failing victims of sexual assault, particularly young girls, is a national tragedy that cannot be ignored. But we must also insist on fairness, evidence, and process. Otherwise, we risk creating a system where guilt is decided by popularity, and justice is replaced by mob rule. This case is still under investigation. Police have confirmed that they are actively assessing the allegations, including both the original claim of sexual assault and the counterclaim of defamation and Crimen Injuria. For now, everyone remains innocent until proven otherwise. As the legal proceedings unfold, the public will be watching closely. Will Malema, Mbalula, or Gade issue any formal statement? Will the Eastern Cape Department of Education launch its own inquiry? And most importantly, will the truth come out, and justice be served, no matter whose side it supports? Let us know what you think. Was this a necessary act of whistleblowing gone wrong, or a dangerous misuse of political influence? Should public figures be held accountable when their words lead to reputational harm, even if they claim to be acting in the public interest? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you believe in truth through process, and subscribe for more breakdowns of South Africa's biggest political flashpoints. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay vigilant. See you next time.